Hello, this is Riley Porter with Seattle Sumo. You are listening to a commentary track for Day 12 of the 1960 Haru Basho. The video coverage for this tournament can be found on the Japan Sumo Association's YouTube channel and accessed with a membership, $9 a month. A link to that channel is in the description for this video. I'll count backwards from 3, 3, 2, 1. As I hit the N and 1, you will press play. And without further ado, I'll begin the countdown and we'll begin this commentary. 3, 2, 1. Futamayama, Taiho, Chianofuji, Archive. Alright, our first match of the day, Hane Nishiki against Wakano Kuni. Hane Nishiki on 4-7s, one step from Makekoshi. Have to bring his A game today. Comes in hard to the chest, gets that shallow left. Wakano Kuni pulls the hips back. He's got that inside right behind the shoulder blade. But Hane Nishiki is really barreling into him. Yanking up that belt is Hane Nishiki. He's trying to fish both hands inside for a Makikai, or a Maimitsu rather. Makikai is a grip change, Maimitsu is the frontal grip. In any event, a bit of a scoop here. Hane Nishiki's digging the head in, pushing up on the chest. He's cutting off Wakano Kuni. He can finish him now, but Wakano Kuni's hanging on. So close, but Wakano Kuni throws a Kubinage from Wakano Kuni. Slip the arm behind the neck there and toss down Hane Nishiki ahead of him. Well, Hane Nishiki gave it his best effort, but Wakano Kuni, patient, goes to 7 and 5. Fukudayama on 4-7, like Hane Nishiki, and Oikawa also is 4-7. So one of these two will have to Makekoshi. Comes in, pushing this Fukudayama. He's at a good angle, but he gets slipped at the last moment, and Oikawa doesn't waste any time pushing him out. Either Oshidashi or Okuridashi. It's kind of stuck behind him in a sense, but can't be overeager. Two men with Makekoshi already, Wakachichibu and Tsuni Nishiki. This is also their first meeting. So let's see how they stack up. Kind of a half hop from Wakachichibu. Gets that outside right. Tsuni Nishiki's already got his deep inside left going. So relatively even here. Tsuni Nishiki's right is caught outside high, and Wakachichibu drops hips, drives in, and flattens Tsuni Nishiki. So they're even coming out today on 3-9. Wakachichibu, picked up a couple wins in the last few days, so looking a little better. Wakamitsugi and Kane no Hana both have a chance for Kachikoshi today. Both young up-and-comers, well-built. See how they match up. And Wakamitsugi, a little hop and jump to the side, grabbing on the back of Kane no Hana and sending him out. So a bit of a henka there. With a bit of a, I suppose a takikomi you could say, a slap down. Or a pull down, perhaps. A kyotoshi. I suppose that's a hand pull down, isn't it? Well, in any event. Kachikoshi for Wakamitsugi. Kane no Hana will have to wait another day if it comes together at all. So Wakamitsugi gets his Kachikoshi. He'll be moving up to Banzuke. And Atagoyama, 6-5 against Tamehibiki, 7-4. Tamehibiki a little closer to a winning record here. And they come in low. Atagoyama wants to get pushing. Tamehibiki parries him away. Pulling on the back of the neck now, and it looked like he might have made it in time there, Tamehibiki. Pulling down Atagoyama, but unsurprisingly, there was a mono-e taking place, so we'll see what the judges think of what they just saw. Well, either Atagoyama hit the deck first, or Tamehibiki was already out of the dohyo by that point. Hard to say, it was very close. Wouldn't be shocked to see it go either way. To me, it looked like Tamehibiki was in time, so I would expect him to get the ruling here. We'll see. It looks like a nod to Atagoyama. So, Atagoyama was ruled to have landed after Tamahibiki. So Atagoyama moves to 7-5 even with Tamahibiki coming out of today. So one win, and it's a winning record for the very bottom man here in the top division, Atagoyama. So we'll see how he does. Matsunobori on 5-6, treading water here against Uragawa. This is their first meeting. The younger man from Miyagino here has got a tall order, but he slips to the side and then digs inside. Matsunobori's high, but he's good on the edge. Unfortunately, Uragawa, a little too persistent for him, gets rocking and rolling, widening his stance, pumping with his gut, and eventually finishes off Matsunobori. So Uragawa did well to evade the full-on impact of the XO Zeki. Staves off Makekoshi one more day, moves to 5-7, and so does Matsunobori. Uragawa also at the bottom of the division here next to Atagoyama and Maegashira 16. If he doesn't get a Kachikoshi, he's out. Shinobuyama 6-5 against Wakamaeda 7-4, and their head-to-head is 9-4 favoring Wakamaeda, who's been looking stronger here as the Basho progresses, so I would favor him in this matchup overall. Shinobuyama's no slouch, though. He catches, but doesn't get finished off. Wakamaeda's pushing now, keeps driving in. Good Dayashi. Good follow-through, sticks to him. Shinobuyama trying to wriggle away, save himself, but Wakamaeda really digging into his back and belt. It's all over Shinobuyama and finishes him off Yorikiri, so Wakamaeda gets his Kachikoshi. Very good aggressive sumo, really showing his strength here in the tournament's second half. Shinobuyama fading a little bit, drops to 6-6. Could still definitely manage a Kachikoshi. We'll see how things go. Getting very close to the end. Now, Aono Sato against Hyonomori, who already has his Kachikoshi. Aono Sato has had better luck here in Makunochi overall. Hyonomori slips inside, gets that leg behind, and trips down Aono Sato. So, boy, another flashy move from Hyonomori. He slipped that leg behind and really arced his back, sending Aono Sato tripping to the reverse of him. So, something like a Sotogake, though I really couldn't say for sure. Hyonomori moves to 9-3. Really, this is far and away his best result in Makunochi to date, so doing very well for himself. Ogi Nohana 6-5 against veteran Tokitsuyama on 9-2. He's trailing the Yokozuna by a couple points, doing the best of the lower ranked men. However, Ogi Nohana does have the lead in their head-to-head 4-1, and he pushes on the chest and gets slipped. Kind of overextends himself, it looks like, and Tokitsuyama just gives him a little tap, a little helpful hand down. Picks up a fairly easy 10th win. Tokitsuyama keeping the dream alive. Moving to double digits. Ogi Nohana 6-6. Breaking even today here as we approach the final stretch of the Basho. So now, Naruyama 4-7. One more to Makekoshi against Yoshinomine, who is on 3-8, already has Makekoshi. And on Maegashira 13, another win I think will be out of the division for him. Another loss, I meant to say, and that was another loss. Naruyama hit him hard, kept hands out, and pressed him down, so overwhelmed the smaller man. Yoshinomine falls to 3-9 at Maegashira 13. I'd say that's pretty well close to a certain Juryo demotion. Naruyama 5-7 is not Makekoshi yet. Has the chance to get a Kachikoshi still. Kaizan 5-6 is against Ohikari. Kaizan has the edge in their head-to-head 7-4. Ohikari, despite starting this Basho with, I believe, 5 straight losses or so, has rebounded to a 5-6 record. If he wins today, he can break even and well and truly put the past behind him. We'll see what today's match holds. Both men eager to win. And they come to the middle, pushing on the throat and backpedaling and pushing down the back of the neck is Ohikari, who was a little, thank you, a little shocked for a moment there, or I should say, he took a hard blow from Kaizan, who himself had good dayashi, good forward movement, but Ohikari had good lateral movement, good ring sense, and backpedaled swiftly, pushed down, and got to his 6th win. So Ohikari defies expectations, beats the odds, and moves to his 6th win. A couple more for Kachikoshi. We'll see if he can do it. Shionishiki, 2-9. Already has his Makekoshi, and so does Tamano Umi on 3-8. Shionishiki has the edge in their head-to-head 7-6. And it's soft tachi-ai. They both get to grips pretty quickly without making too hard of an impact. Shionishiki digs in. He wants that Iwate Nage, but Tamano Umi hangs on. Circling a little here. Definitely seems like Shionishiki is bringing a bit more vigor to the match. Tamano Umi, a little attempt there. There he comes alive, tries for an outside leg trip, but Shionishiki finishes what he started. And I suppose they could count that as a Watenage, maybe Yorikiri. Probably Yorikiri, he was still on his feet. In any event, Shionishiki and Tamano Umi leave today with the same score, 3-9. Shionishiki extends his edge over Tamano Umi, 8-6 in their head-to-head. So Tamano Umi, not a lot of life in him this basho, sorry to say. Shionishiki, however, is showing just as much drive as he did at the beginning, not deterred by the losses he's accumulated. And Naruto Umi is up against Tsurugamine. And Naruto Umi is 4-7, one more to Makekoshi. And Tsurugamine comes in quick, pushes on the chest, moves for that inside right. Naruto Umi gets it first. And Tsurugamine is still up behind the shoulder blade. Makikai grip change. Naruto Umi comes in shallow with that left. Moves in for an inside. Oh no, Tsurugamine is behind him now and finishes him with one last push. Well, thankfully doesn't go tumbling out. Tsurugamine goes to 6-6, Naruto Umi, Makekoshi 4-8. Tsurugamine extends his head-to-head against Naruto Umi to 9-1. And so truly does have the Kasugano man's number. Hanada, he's still here, and his left hand is still very heavily bandaged against Kitano Nara, a pretty tough opponent, all things considered. It is their first meeting, of course, since this is Hanada's first tournament here in the top division. Hanada comes in fast, tries a little bit of an inside leg trip. Kitano Nara just presses, moves forward, finishes him with Yorikiri. So once again, Hanada's left is pretty well out of the match. It just gets sent up high, and he doesn't seem interested in getting it engaged too much, but he gives it a genuine effort. He pops in, tries for an Uchigake, egg inside leg trip, and just succumb to the bigger and the more experienced wrestler. So Kitano Nara picks up his 7th win, one more for Kachikoshi, and Hanada picks up his 6th loss. So to get a Kachikoshi at this point is a tall order for the brand new man from Kasugano. We'll see if he can do it. Teiwan Ishiki, 4-7 against Taiho, 4-7. One of these two will have to get their Makekoshi. We'll see who it is. Taiho comes out 2 hands, Morotezuki. Pushing, parrying, keeping Deiwan Ishiki off him, but Deiwan Ishiki's on the arm now. And despite being pushed to the edge, braces himself. He's good at the defense, and now that he's wrenched up Taiho like this, a bit of a Kime stance. Not good for the Nishonoseki fighter. Well, Taiho's big, and that's good for him here. Deiwan Ishiki tends to wear down smaller opponents. Drives in, does Taiho. Very good extension, very good dropping of the hips. He attacked at a very good angle there. showing good form in his Yorikiri. So Taiho moves to his 5th win. They won Ishiki Makekoshi, his 8th loss. So this young man from Nishonoseki, he shows just how deadly he is when he gets on the belt and gets to work. So experience will do him a lot of good, make him very dangerous. Fujinishiki, Shin Komosubi on 5-6 against Waka no Umi. Veteran Komosubi, already with a Makekoshi. They have an even head-to-head, 1-1. They meet in the middle, and then very quickly Waka no Umi darts around to the side. Now he's moving back in and crushing down Fujinishiki. So Yoritaoshi, Waka no Umi gets his 4th win. Fujinishiki his 5th loss, or as he came in with 6 losses. He gets his 7th today. Fujinishiki gets his 7th loss. Waka no Umi his 4th win. So he'll be moving out to Maegashira for sure, but shouldn't be too far of a drop. He could even go as far as 7-8. You never know. Iwakaze 5-6. Tochi Hikari 6-5. Well, Tochi Hikari has the edge in their head-to-head 5-1. Odds on him for this match. He's been looking pretty solid this Basho, all things considered. Iwakaze, a little dart to the side there. Moves for the outside left, but Tochi Hikari keeps up. He gets to pushing, and Iwakaze is done for. Tochi Hikari gets his 7th win. He's won from Kachikoshi. Looking strong as ever. Got the match he wanted. Kept that distance. Got to pushing. Does fine work on the belt, but Tochi Hikari is much more effective when he gets the tsuki going, the thrusting, the pushing. Well, tsuki is thrusting, oshi is pushing. I'd say Tochi Hikari is a bit more of the tsuki variety. Likes to keep it open. In any event, 7-5. Doing very well for himself. Iwakaze 5-7, 1 step from Makekoshi. Kitabayama against Shin Sekiwake Kashiwado. And we're both on 7-4. Kitabayama started this Basho pretty perfect and has since started to falter as he faces higher ranked opponents. Kashiwado we should expect to come out very sharp. And he does, but Kitabayama meets him. Kashiwado gets to pushing. He's moving forward. Kitabayama moving back. Kashiwado wrenching up the arm. Kitabayama drops his hips and moves in. Kashiwado's a little high. Closes the distance. Gets that kote nage. Tries to finish him. Kitabayama moves deep inside with that arm that Kashiwado's putting the pressure on. Little trip on the leg, but Kashiwado keeps balance. And finally, Kitabayama finishes it. What I suppose could be described as a Skui Nage. I don't think that they had belt contact at that point. From Kitabayama in any event, manages to topple the bigger man in Kashiwado and finally gets his Kachikoshi here on day 12. So Kitabayama, at one time a Yusho contender, but now can say that at least he got a win and keeps his Ozeki dreams alive. Kashiwado 7-5. He's close. Put up a good effort. Good charge. Good follow through. Fusanishiki is 7-4. So is Kotogohama. They have a relatively even head in Kotogohama's favor, 4-3. Fusanishiki gets contact, gets to pushing. Kotogohama slips, but Fusanishiki is very good at minding his movement. He lets Kotogohama spin, gets behind him, pushes him out, okuridashi, and gets his kachikoshi. So this Wakamatsu Dikishi gets a good win. Does well to reorient himself. You know, he got slipped there after the initial charge. He always comes out with a good low hit, good oshi. And even when he gets slipped, he just returns to his game plan, closes the distance. Good stuff. Anenyama Sekiwake against Wakanohana Yokozuna. 11-0, undefeated. And he comes out, meets Anenyama in the middle. Now he's trying to pull him down.